Hello, my name is Brianna Reynolds, and I'm going to be talking about the work-fun balance. Namely, I'm going to be talking about, is fun at work good or is it a bad thing? So the topic that I'm focusing on is the fact that there is a very high turnover rate in retail. And turnover is a big expense for companies. The Center for American Progress estimates that 1/5 of the salary made by the employee that leaves, the company has to make up for in turnover costs. So companies are always trying to improve, and they need to look at employees as an asset because they bring in a lot of money and they also cost a lot if they leave. So the question I had after examining this problem is, how can we reduce turnover? The focus of this presentation is how management sponsorship of fun affects employees and affects the turnover rate in the retail industry. A study by Becker found that there was a positive correlation between management sponsorship of fun and turnover. This might be a little bit counterintuitive because you would think that a manager having fun with its employees would be a good thing for the turnover rate, but it's actually not. Some of the reasons for that is that a lot of employees see the attempts at making fun as fake. They're just cynicists and they just don't really buy into what the managers are selling. Another issue is that a lot of managers are actually not buying into it as well. So they're not really on board with the idea of having fun at work. Another issue that comes up is that there are generational differences. So there are Gen X's and there's also millennials. Millennials have responded better to management sponsorship of fun, but the Generation X just does not buy it. They don't see any value in it. They just want to keep work as work. So I've come up with a solution that I think is going to really combat this issue. My solution is to create a party planning committee. So one of the main components of this is that it's a voluntary committee and it needs to focus on fun activities. The researcher Becker says that there are certain activities that have a positive effect on turnover, meaning that it decreases turnover. Some of these activities are more celebratory in nature, such as birthday parties, personal milestones, food at work, or holiday parties. These are really important in helping to have fun at work, but make it so that it actually decreases your turnover. So the reason that this would work is that it's easy to implement. Pretty much all you need is just employees who are willing to commit a little bit of extra time to plan a party once a month. And it doesn't take that much cost either. Another good thing about this implementation is that it minimizes the management support that's needed. Basically, the organization is run by employees and for employees. So it helps to create employee buy-in, and it also helps to decrease management support, which helps to decrease turnover. And the important part about the employee buy-in is that employees are a lot more likely to feel like they're represented in this committee. And another aspect of this is that it also increases coworker socialization. This is important because a researcher by the name of Tooze actually found that as you increase your coworker socialization more, it decreases turnover. So that is something that we want to definitely continue to do. The great thing about this program is that it's very cost effective. There is a small budget needed for a party planning committee, and it's going to be a lot less than your turnover cost. So all of these things really factor into the fact that this is a very easy to implement system. It will help to bring fun to the workplace, but it's also going to help to decrease turnover, which is the main goal of the party planning committee. Although it might seem a little bit trite, it's actually very instrumental in helping an employee to feel committed to the organization and also to help them to not want to leave and go to your competitor. Thank you for your time.